Good morning! Hello, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, Taylor, how do you cover up your acne and acne scars? Actually, a lot of people say I look really different without makeup, and someone that I saw the other day in person said to me, whoa, you're really good at makeup. Your skin looks completely different. And I don't know if that's a compliment. I've struggled with acne for most of my life. I had it as a teenager and then I went on the pill and it cleared up. Then I went off of it and went crazy. I tried minocycline, but then I got this really bad allergic reaction where my joints inflamed, and then I went off of it, and then I went on Accutane twice. I've tried pretty much every pill, natural and non-natural, and cream there is out there. And now I'm a 31-year-old full-grown adult and we are still here due to hormones. Of course, you want to solve the internal or external issues that are causing the acne, but sometimes that takes a long time, especially if you're like me and it's due to hormones. So if putting on makeup makes you feel better about yourself, it makes you feel more confident, then do your thing. And I hope you can learn a few tips or tricks today to better your thing, because I learned a few things during my modeling career throughout the years, and just doing my own makeup, trial and error, and my own research along the way. Because there is a technique to it. You could just overload the makeup until the redness goes away, and that may be okay for photos, but in real life it won't look so good. It'll start to crack, it'll look cakey. It's just not it. Being a model, I had to go to castings and meet people who would look at my skin in real life. So I had to blur things out, but not go overboard to the point where it would look worse. Today I'm going to be showing you my everyday simple makeup tutorial where I'll be focusing on skin and covering my acne and acne scars. Let's get to it. My skin's been pretty good lately. I haven't had any blemishes. I was even thinking, wow, I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial for acne and I'm not gonna have any pimples to show it on. And then the universe was like, oh, you want some examples? Here's two. So yeah, you can see those two here, but other than that, all of the other red spots you see are just acne scars. And these two aren't too bad. They're a lot smaller in size. I used to get really deep, painful, cystic acne, and since I've changed up a few things, when I do break out, it's not too many and they're not too big. So I start with a clean face. I've done my skincare. I've put on sunscreen. I don't use a primer. I never really have. I've dabbled in it every now and then when a beauty guru recommends one to me, and I always think it's gonna make my makeup last so much longer and look so much better, but it doesn't, and I find my pores don't look as good in the long term, so I always go back to not using primer. So I'm not using primer today, I'm just using my skincare. When choosing foundation, you want to look for one that is water-based and non-comedogenic. So to tell if something is water-based or not, you want to look at the ingredient list, and you should see water as the first ingredient. My all-time favorite foundation, one that I've used since I pretty much began wearing foundation when I was like 13 or 14, is Cover FX. Their natural finish foundation, because it's water-based, it's oil-free, it's fragrance-free, and it also has squalane inside, which is a really good hydrator. Hydration is key for acne. It's something that I always stock up on when I go back to Canada because it's available in Shoppers Drug Mart there. Here in Hong Kong, it's available at Sephora or Harvey Nichols, but at Harvey Nichols, it's often sold out. And at Sephora, they don't have that exact foundation. The one they do carry from Cover FX is the Power Play one, which is the one that I've been using lately. I went in going to grab that one, they didn't have it, so I just grabbed this one quickly because I know I do love Cover FX. This one is waterproof, sweat-proof, and non-comedogenic, which is great for Hong Kong's weather. But after looking into it, I realized that alcohol is one of the ingredients. It's pretty far down low on the list, meaning that there isn't that much in it, but I do prefer to not have any alcohol in my foundation or my skincare. So I am gonna use these up because I do still like them, but I prefer the other one. I've ordered the other one, and once these have run out, I will be switching back to that. So make sure your hands are clean, and then I always just add a bit to the back of my hand. And then using a clean beauty blender, I just tap it on and tap it into my skin. As you can see, this foundation covers redness really well. I didn't need to color correct or anything, and it really just neutralized everything. So it's a great first step. Another thing you want to remember is to clean your makeup brushes regularly. Honestly, I clean my makeup brushes about once a week, but I do clean my makeup sponge every day because this is something that has direct impact. I like push it into my skin. And while we're on the topic of cleaning, make sure you look into the ingredients of the soap you're using to clean your makeup brushes and your sponges, because some of them, most of them, contain fragrances inside, and some fragrances can really irritate your skin. For example, I was using one that contained lavender, and lavender is a skin sensitizer. A lot of people do have reactions to it, so just be aware of that. Now I actually clean my sponge with my skin cleanser. And not just your soap, you want to look into your laundry detergent, because you sleep on your pillowcases at night, and if you're like me and you sleep on your side or your stomach, which is really not good for your skin, but I do it anyways because it's just the most comfortable, then you are rubbing your face into your pillowcase all night, and if your laundry detergent contains strong chemicals or fragrances, they could be irritating your skin and causing you to break out. Moving on to concealer. So I usually layer things from the thinnest to the thickest. This is because I want to put as little as possible. If my foundation covers it enough, then great, I'll just put the foundation on that specific area. If I need a little bit more coverage, I'll move to my next thinnest liquid concealer, which is the NARS Glow Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've tried many concealers over the years, both ones which I bought myself and ones that other makeup artists have applied to me on jobs. And for coverage, texture, color, everything, this one to me is the most effective. Oh, and I should mention that none of the skincare or makeup products that I'm using in this video are sponsored, so everything I say is my own opinion and I'm not affected by any monetary value or anything whatsoever. But I should tell you about the sponsor we do have today. It is Casetify. Casetify makes the world's slimmest but most protective phone cases without compromising style. In fact, they have thousands to choose from, so you're sure to find one you love, and if not, you can customize your own. Like this one you can make from your Instagram photos, which is so cute and would make the perfect gift. I especially love the collabs they do with artists and designers, like this Hello Kitty one, which is where I chose some of my phone cases from. My Casetify package arrived last night and I was waiting to unbox it with you in this video. This is my current phone case. I like it, it's great, it's practical, it goes with everything. It's a very like neutral color. It's one that I just quickly chose when I was getting my iPhone because I really wanted to have protection on my phone right away because I'm super clumsy. It's great, but I'm bored of it. I've seen this on so many people's phones. I'm just excited to have something a little more fun and a little more personal. I'm not sure which ones they sent me for the Hello Kitty collaboration. I told them I really liked the floating ones, but they were all on waiting lists when I was going to order mine. So I asked they could get their hands on any just to send me whatever they wanted. So I hope it's cute, I hope it's cute. Ah! It's so cute. It's the milk one, it's got milk inside. Oh, wow, they even send you disinfectant wipes for your phone. Oh, that's so thoughtful. Ooh. With a couple of masks. So this is the one I ordered from their Casetify Conscious collection, and it looks really sleek. I just got this simple black one and I got my name engraved in it. Ah, another Hello Kitty one. So this is the Hello Kitty mirror one. There's a mirror behind it. And then the last one I chose is this one. It's a simple clear one with my initials on it. So it goes with the two styles I really love, a sort of classic sleek style and a kawaii style. Go to casetify.com/TaylorR for 20% off the case that matches you. Or you could also choose one of the same ones and match me. I'll leave the link below in my description box. Thank you Casetify for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to concealing. One thing I've corrected recently is not putting on too much concealer, especially under my eyes. I used to draw that big triangle that just brightened this whole area like the Kardashians, and one, this uses up way too much product, so it's not very cost effective, and two, you don't really need all that for a lifting brightening effect. You just need to put it on some key areas, and honestly I shouldn't be putting this directly on my skin because I'm putting bacteria on the sponge and then putting it back in. This I'm aware of, but I'm also lazy and I'm just trying to be honest. I do put this directly on my skin. Do as I say, not as I do. So now I just put it here and then here just to lift my eye, and that's enough for the eye bag area. I also put a bit on my nose, mostly because I just want this top area to be brighter, almost like a highlight. And then to cover my acne and acne scars, which is mostly around my mouth and chin area, I add some there. All right, so that's where I put my concealer, and then I just blend it out with my sponge. You see, that is all you need. Didn't need that huge triangle. So as you can see, that covered most of my redness and all of my acne scars. You still can see these pimples slightly poking through. You can see it because of the color, but I'm gonna leave everything for now and set it with powder, and I will come back to it later. It's sort of like a painting. When you do a painting, you don't wanna focus on one specific area for too long, because sometimes you'll just overdo it and it won't work out in the end. It's better to move on to other areas, and then as the full picture comes together, you can go back to it and realize you just need a little touch more and it will get there. Sometimes when you're just staring at one thing and you're trying to perfect one thing, you overdo it. But before setting my face, I like to move on to my eyebrows. For eyebrows, I like to brush them, fill in little parts that I need to with an eyebrow pencil, and then set them with clear gel. Also, I should mention I did a thing to my brows and my lashes, but I'm gonna explain more in another video. After my brows, I move into setting my face with translucent powder. I do like to dip my beauty sponge in the translucent powder, but I don't put too much. And then I just smooth out any creases that may have formed under my eyes in the meantime. And I just go in and set it. And if you're not making the ugliest face in the world, then you're not doing it right. And then I take a brush and I dip it into the remainder, and I just lightly dust it across the rest of my face. I do not bake my face. This causes my skin to get really dry and irritated. If you're someone with acne and texturized skin, I find that it looks even worse in person. It could look okay for photos, but I just find the less powder, the better. So let me explain my powder timing. It's very thought out. I put it after I do my brows because I like the blurring and softening effect that translucent powder has on them too. And then I put it before my heavier concealer. I mentioned previously that I put another thicker concealer on top of my blemishes, but I like to put the powder first because I find the concealer sticks better and lasts longer when I do it in this way. Moving on to eyeshadow, I just take a color that is close to my skin tone so that it has the mattifying effect but looks quite natural. And I just apply it all over my eyelid, and I also put it on my lower eyelid. And then something I always do no matter what is take a beige eyeliner and line my waterline. There's one hair that is bothering me that I need to get over right now. What it does is the beige makes the whites of your eyes appear even whiter, so it makes your eyes look brighter and more awake and gives a slightly enlarging look. So now it is time to finish off my skin and apply my last concealer before I go in with my contour and my blush. So now that my makeup has acclimated to my body temperature and maybe my skin oils have mixed in a little more, this is kind of like how it's going to look. I know it's the exact amount to put onto it. Like I said, I've tried a lot of concealers over the years, and my perfect combination is this MAC Light Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette. I love this one because you can mix different colors, although I mostly just tend to use this top color because it matches me best, mixed with this RMK palette where I just use this top color. Why I like the two is because it makes the perfect coverage and perfect texture. This one is super creamy, so it just blends really well, and it goes into powder really well without looking too cakey. And then this one is a little bit more like firm and chalky. So when this one is too creamy, it can move around a lot, especially if it's hot outside, where this one just sets a little bit better. This one is a little bit of a peachy color, so it's a little bit more warming. As you can see, my pimples have a little bit of a red bluish tint to them. I know most people say adding green to them neutralizes the redness, but I don't know, I find adding a little bit of a slightly warmer color neutralizes my pimples better. So with the brush, you want to put it on in a tapping sort of crisscross motion so that you can cover all the angles. And then just to set it and really make everything super blurred and mattified, I'm just gonna add a bit of pressed powder. And there we have it. You can still see the texture of the bump, but I think I've covered the redness pretty well. So unless you're super close, you can't really see it. Then I'm just gonna go in and contour my face, taking it up around my forehead and then my jawline. Touch of blush. When it comes to highlight, you want to remember that what you highlight will come forward or pop out. So you don't want to add any shimmer or highlight to any texturized skin because it will just magnify that skin texture. So for my chin area, I often have pimples there, and then I also have the ice pick scars left over from previous pimples. So I just stay away from highlight in that area. I want to keep it very matte. What I do focus on is my upper cheekbone highlight, the tip of my nose, the inner corners of my eyes, and my brow bone. Now I'm just applying a touch of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. And lastly, for the lips, my favorite lip liner that is close to my natural lip color is Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, so that's the one I'm gonna be using. I am an overliner. I know it's not for everyone, and I know not everyone likes the look, but how I like to do my lips personally is first make a V just above my Cupid's bow, and then from the corner of my lips, I draw upwards to meet that V. The bottom is on my natural lip line. And for the bottom lip, I kind of do the same thing. I overline the center and then I connect it. The lip product I've been loving lately is the Velvet Lip Tint from 3CE. Today I'm gonna go for more of a reddish tint, so I'm using the color Spring Break. I have to warn you though, this lip tint is quite drying, so if you're someone with dry lips, you should probably avoid this one, or you can just continually apply lip balm on top of it throughout the day. So I add it to my lips, focusing more on the center. Quite bright at first, but then I smudge it out with my finger. I also like to smudge out the lip liner line to make it a bit softer. All right, I'm just gonna change my shirt and fix my hair a little bit off camera, and I'll be back in a second. When going to castings, we're often told to put our hair up into a ponytail just at the base of our heads. This is supposedly the most flattering ponytail for pretty much anyone, and it's a way that you can show your face really nicely and your neck and your skin. And then if the client does want to see your hair length and texture, they will ask you to take your hair down. A basic pony, a tank top, and jeans are sort of the model's uniform. Also, my little backdrop here is not big enough. All right, and this is my final look. This is my go-to natural looking makeup without it being too natural, because I realize I do have quite a bit of makeup on, but this is the way I feel most comfortable and most confident, in a way that covers my acne and acne scars really well. Alright, so that is everything I do for my simple daily makeup and how I cover my acne and my acne scars. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any tips yourself, please feel free to leave them below in the comments. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll try and answer as many as I can. And if you do want me to talk about some new products I've been using that have been helping me, and also products that I've switched out that have made my condition worse that I've realized, do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you once again to Casetify for sponsoring it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!